Just one more follow-up, sorry. You mentioned last week when you joined the Attorney General that judges were something that needed to get looked at. What do you mean by that? Are we talking about recalls? Or what are we talking about the judges' roles in these procedures?
Look, I'm an elected official. When I got elected to be sheriff, I took an oath to do that particular job, is what I did. When you see somebody like what we've seen in this high-profile case, where some guy that's a criminal has been out on bond 50 different times, it's been passed over. And you got the prosecutor saying it's the judges saying it's the prosecutor. The bottom line, that should have never happened. The judicial system is made where somebody can revoke that bond at any time. Judges, it's a judge's bond. So I'm not going to let anybody just have a free pass on this. The system failed in that particular case. And if you're going to do no bonds, I get it on misdemeanor offenses, on things of that nature. But when you start talking about violent felons, that's not what we're supposed to do, is just let them go back out on the streets, and especially time and time again. In this particular case, this kid committed felonies, and to have 50 attempts to get him back off the street, and the system failed, period.
Well, I know this is not something you can do. You'd have to change the Constitution, but is one of the problems that St. Louis judges are under the Missouri plan and they're not directly elected? You kind of implied that in your answer.
Yeah, let me say that. It's not so much the plan, it's a matter of the victims that are out there. I think that's something that gets lost in this whole political shuffle. When we start talking about whether it's Kim Gardner was the judges, everyday citizens out here are the victims. We all took an oath as elected officials to say we were going to protect them and uphold the law. We're all subject to that. So, when that system fails, any part of that fails, the whole system fails. That's why these are so important, to get things done a little differently.
We have time for one more, Mark.